back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to a live Manchester United news, transfer news, update news show. So much to get through because I've been on a plane for a while. I've checked my phone and I look at it and I'm like, whoa, wait, Leny Yoro wants United. Leny Yoro is now in contract negotiations with United. He's going to choose United over Real Madrid. The Ligt deal might not happen because we're getting Leny Yoro. Greenwood deal is done. That's been announced by Ornstein. Now Lindelof's going, Maguire's going, Amrabat could happen. It is absolutely crazy. So I'm going to get into the news. I'm going to get into the stories. But guys, please do hit that like button and of course subscribe down below if you're new as well. I've only just got back from the airport, so I do apologise that I look a bit rough. But I just think there's so much to discuss and I honestly couldn't wait to go live. Because I hadn't seen my phone for about 4 hours or so as well, but keeping an eye on my notifications as well. But let's get into the news. Let's get into the story. So, Leny Yoro to Manchester United. Let's break down with what came out earlier today, and let's then break down what's happened just now. So, first of all, this morning it was said, Manchester United are continuing work to persuade Leny Yoro to join. Then Nabil said this. Now, Nabil, I believe, was the guy that wrote the story that Lille had agreed a deal with Man United. And then I thought, oh, that's a bit skeptical. Wait till Ornstein and Romano say it. Then 2 hours later, Ornstein and Romano confirmed Lille had agreed a deal with United. I believe this is the same guy. If it's not, let me know in the chat. But I believe this was the same guy that was very accurate when he officially wrote that Leny Yoro agreement had been found between Man United and Lille. They just needed a player to agree. If you don't know what the situation is with Leny Yoro agrees personal terms with Man United. It's here we go. That's all it is. We've got everything sorted with Lille. Leny Yoro agrees personal terms with Man United. It's here we go. But it's been between United and Real Madrid. But where does the situation stand right now? It was said that Leny Yoro is in negotiations with Manchester United on salary conditions. Real Madrid is still there, but now behind. It said that Leny Yoro has opened the door to joining Manchester United. Now, this is big. This, for me, is big. This is big news. This is a massive update as well. Now, as Alex said, it does give similar to the Frankie de Jong situation. Leny Yoro, there's always been a feeling in the back of my head that Leny Yoro has been Madrid bound. It's a Frankie de Jong situation. We've got everything done. But now we're getting news, stories and updates coming in that Leny Yoro is set to agree a deal to join Manchester United. This is sort of the reports coming in. That we're close to an agreement for Leny Yoro. So what's being said here is that Leny Yoro is now in negotiations with Man United on salary conditions and Real Madrid is still there behind. Now, why is this big? Why is this massive? Why could this be a big breakthrough for Manchester United, you may be asking? Because Leny Yoro has been making a decision about Man United or Real Madrid the last couple of days and nothing's happened. Now, today, he's having conversations with United about salary. He wouldn't be having conversations with United about salary if he didn't want to join Manchester United. And if he wants to join Manchester United, the deal will be done. The Ligt is stalling. Man United are walking away from the Ligt deal, which is a big sign that Leny Yoro is going to happen because Man United know that if they don't get Leny Yoro, they're going to get the Ligt. The fact that the Ligt is getting colder when it was so close to being done is a big sign that maybe Man United have got some big news on Leny Yoro. Leny Yoro is now negotiating his salary with United. He's opened the door to join United. He's now working on his salary. United are walking away from De Ligt. They're persuading Yoro to join. There's some positive advancements there. We're going to get into what Romano said. We're going to get into what Ornstein said. But I'm going to say that this is a really positive story. Now, this doesn't come from Ornstein. This doesn't come from Romano. The minute this comes from Ornstein or Romano, I say, here we go for Leny Yoro. It's happening. Still, part of me thinks Real Madrid bound. But when I read that we're in contract negotiations with him around salary, he's considering the deal enough to talk about his wage, to talk about what's happening. He's literally there in talks with United. He turned PSG and Liverpool away. It was Man United or Real Madrid. Real Madrid aren't doing anything. Everyone's pushing him to join United. It's now in talks to Manchester United about potentially getting the deal done as well. Someone said Ornstein deleted his tweet. They're not walking away from De Ligt. Are they not? We'll get into that as well. We'll get into that story as well. But Yoro. Is it Yoro? Anyway, what else was said on Leny Yoro to Manchester United? Lille's president is strongly pushing for Leny Yoro to join Manchester United. The player will make a decision in the next days. His dream and obsession is Real Madrid. Now, my video this morning said Leny Yoro decision day because we're getting told that today and tomorrow is the final days Leny Yoro has to make a decision on this Man United move. So if we're going to get a Leny Yoro, here we go. It's going to be today. It's going to be tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe for that. It was then said that some members of Leny Yoro's entourage are in favour of him joining Manchester United, and contract negotiations with United have been initiated with his agent. They're pushing to complete the deal, and that Real Madrid have not made an offer for Leny Yoro. So now we've got Santi. Now I'm going to say Santi's a reliable source. I think Santi, it's not Romano, it's not Austin, it's not your tier one. But Santi is a good source of information, and he is officially confirming the news that came out earlier from the Bill that Leny Yoro is now in talks with United about personal terms. Leny Yoro had left Man United cold for 4 or 5 days, not even discussed personal terms. As he makes a decision between Man United and Real Madrid, he's now discussing personal terms with United. For me, the fact that he's now discussing personal terms and salary of United, and that's been confirmed by multiple sources, and that we're working on that deal, means that they're working on a deal to get terms agreed. And if terms is agreed, then Leny Yoro is a Man United player, because we've done everything on Lille's side. Frankie de Jong didn't even have a conversation with Man United about salary. He only wanted Barcelona. You've got to remember that. Frankie de Jong didn't have one chat to Man United about salary. Leny Yoro is having chats with United now. He's now in talks with Manchester United. I think that's a massive update. I think that's a massive boost for United. Thank you very much, Michael, for the super chat. Really do appreciate that as well. He said, why are people excited about renting a kid for a couple of years when we could have Ligt for a decade and more? It's not positive. I can see your stance, Michael, but I disagree with you. Leny Yoro, it's more about the statement of we're getting a potentially world-class defender and we're beating Real Madrid to him. But we're replacing Rafael Varane and we should be going for someone ready-made. We should be signing both Yoro and Ligt. Now, Man United want to sign 2 centre-backs, and maybe they're going to go for an experienced left centre-back, but we've got Ligt at left centre-back. For me, we've got Ligt at left centre-back. Maybe buy someone that's experienced that can play left centre-back and right centre-back. Could that be Ligt? Maybe. For me, we should be signing both Yoro and Ligt. But I think signing Yoro, ultimately, Ligt probably as a partner for Martin as short term is better, but long term Yoro is better. He's a young player. He's a player that Real Madrid want, and Real Madrid don't take L's. I get your stance. I think we should be signing both Yoro and Ligt. I think Yoro isn't going to be just enough to replace Varane, and I rate him highly. I think you would need Yoro and you would need someone else. 100%. We need 2 centre-back signings. I think we should be getting both and walking away from Branthwaite because that deal is too expensive. It looks like it's going to be Yoro and Ligt. I actually don't like the idea of missing out on Ligt because he's willing to take a wage cut to join. He's a proven winner. He's experienced. He's going to be available for really good money. I think we should be getting both deals done. Now, it's been suggested that it's only going to be one or the other. So I do get your stance, and I do get where you're at there as well. We need a ready-made centre-back like Ligt and a future star type like Yoro. Exactly. I think we definitely need both as well. Yoro is not long-term for us. He'll leave us for Madrid in a couple of years anyway. Well, if he leaves us for Madrid in a couple of years, that means he's been so good for us that Real Madrid want him. So you can maybe see that as potentially a positive there as well. Guys, please do hit that like button, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new and want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, takeover news, and more. So much news coming in on Leny Yoro to Manchester United, and I'm here to keep you guys updated on all of those stories as well. And my bad internet looks to be back, so apologise if you've had any lag. So what else has been said on Leny Yoro to Manchester United? Entourage pushing for England move, especially since Leny Yoro could very well make a place for himself quickly, perhaps even more easily than Real Madrid. And this again was said by Ty Marshall in his report last week. There was a report last week from the Manchester Evening News which suggested that Manchester United had an advantage over Leny Yoro, over Real Madrid for Leny Yoro, because Manchester United were going to propose to Leny Yoro that he's going to be the starting guy. He's going to be the Rafael Varane replacement. We're saying to Leny Yoro, we're going to give you the same wage Real Madrid will give you, but we're going to start you next to Martinez. We're going to guarantee you more game time. It was then said by Santi, after finally managing to secure Mbappe, Real Madrid could actually be overtaken in the Leny Yoro race. A reliable source from France is saying that Real Madrid may be overtaken in the Leny Yoro race. And French sources are now coming out and saying this, and this is good French sources coming out and saying Leny Yoro doesn't absolutely want to join Real Madrid. Yoro has become tired of the slowness of Madrid, and he's now listening to Manchester United's offer. So if we just rewind a little bit here for context, guys, Man United are working on the Yoro deal. That's been confirmed by Laurie Whitwell, Tier 1 source. Yoro is in negotiations with United on salary conditions, and Yoro has opened the door to joining United. Don't know who that source is, but then Santi is then saying that Yoro's entourage is now in conversations with Manchester United. They're negotiating his contract. They've not started negotiating his contract till today. If Leny Yoro was going to reject Man United, he wouldn't be negotiating a contract with Man United. I think he wants United, and that Real Madrid have not made an offer. Yoro is fed up of Real Madrid's slow stance. Lille's president is pushing Yoro to join United because they want money. Real Madrid aren't going to give Lille the money they want. Lille's president is pushing Yoro to join Manchester United. The people around Yoro pushing him to join United. He's open to the Man United move, more and more so that Real Madrid have done nothing. He's now so open to United move that he's talking about his salary, United offering him game time. Leny Yoro might have potentially been moved by the fact that Man United wanted more than Real Madrid. And the truth about Leny Yoro is it looks like Man United want him more than Real Madrid do. It looks like Man United said to him, look, we want you now. We want to play you. We've got a plan for you. Real Madrid don't want you as much as we do. And if, you know, your club president is pushing you to join United because they need that for financial reasons, the club that you grew up at, it's looking positive. Now, I'm going to say one thing. The only thing I want to say, and the only thing I really want to point out, is the fact that could Real Madrid make a last-minute bid and it all change? Absolutely. Could this be coming out as a game plan from Leny Yoro and his agent to say, you know what, let's pretend he's so close to agreeing personal terms with United, it's essentially nearly done, that Real Madrid hurry up and pay the money? Because if Real Madrid are now going to pay Lille the money to get Yoro in, they're going to do that now. They're going to do that now. And there's a situation where they pay the money, they get Yoro in, it's done, we lose out on Yoro. I think this is a situation now. And I'm going to be honest, I've always felt that Leny Yoro was going to join Real Madrid. But I think it's a situation now where Real Madrid have to go into contact with Leny Yoro's entourage or Lille ASAP and start working on something or start communicating, or he's a Man United player, because he's having conversations with Man United as well. So yeah, more news and updates coming out that Leny Yoro could be choosing United. Now, a French source has come out, and it's not the most reliable source, it's not a source that I'm familiar with, saying that Leny Yoro is in talks with Manchester United about his salary. He looks set to agree a deal to join Manchester United because he's grown frustrated with Real Madrid. There's now news coming out that Leny Yoro is going to pick Manchester United again. This hasn't come from Ornstein or Romano, so take this with a pinch of salt. But just now, French sources are breaking news and information that Leny Yoro is going to reject Real Madrid for United. So big up that story. Keep an eye on that as well. Yoro, here we go, won't be done until he signs a contract, and he's not signed a contract at Manchester United, but it's still big news. It's still positive update. Guys, we are 15,000 subscribers away from 100k, so if you are new to the channel, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would really appreciate the channel. I go live at the moment around 8:45 a.m. in the morning, giving you a morning show, and around 4:30 in the afternoon, giving you a little bit of an afternoon show. And then if you can't catch my shows or you're busy and you don't want to watch a 40-minute show back, around 10 p.m. every evening is this thing I call the 10-minute Man United transfer news roundup, where I round up all the relevant news and all the recent news that is coming on United that day in 10 minutes for you guys, so you don't miss anything. So do subscribe down below if you're new, but we've still got a lot to get through. We've still got a lot of news, a lot of information to get through. So I want to get into this next story here, and I do apologize if we are getting a little bit of lag. She's back, our Wi-Fi's there as well. French sources could have a little bias. Yeah, French sources saying he's set to choose Man United. It'll be interesting to see. We will talk about Agate and more as well. So I've been talking about Leny Yoro for 12 minutes. I want to just talk about the centre-back situation in general, what's been coming in with Ornstein and more. The current expectation is that Man United would recruit one of Yoro and Ligt as opposed to both. I'd like both. Hopefully we get both. I know we want two centre-backs. It could be Yoro and Branthwaite though. Given a deal for Ligt is relatively straightforward, if United choose to proceed at present, they seem to be prioritising Yoro and exploring whether they can convince the Frenchman to join them rather than hold out for Real Madrid. Now, the fact that Manchester United are pushing away from the Ligt deal and that has gone cold could be a suggestion of advancements on Yoro. The minute we agreed a 42 million deal with Lille for Leny Yoro, the Ligt deal that was going to be a here we go and was going to be our first signing then went cold. We got Xerxes done. We were told Ligt will be done this week. It's going a bit cold. Now, it's still hot because we're keeping them there in case Yoro says no, but apparently Man United have given Yoro a deadline till Wednesday evening, which is tomorrow evening, to make his decision, because if not, they will go and sign Ligt on Thursday. That is what was being reported earlier in the week. So we'll know in the next 24 hours, boom, if Yoro is making that choice. But it looks between Yoro and Ligt. Now, what's said by Bayern Munich's director, Frund, is that we've got a very good squad. We can't rule anything out, including that players leave. There's no new update, although there's a lot of speculation. So again, he's not saying much on Ligt's exit. Now, it looked certain that Ligt was going to join United. It's going to be done. It now looks less certain. Now, interestingly, Man United made an approach about Jonathan Tah. Could Man United get Yoro, pretend they're not interested in getting both Yoro and Ligt, pretending they're interested in Tah, and Bayern are desperate to sell Ligt. Bayern want Ligt gone so they can get Tah in, and Ligt wants Man United. Could Man United, in fact, play Bayern Munich into thinking they don't want De Ligt once they've got Yoro. They're looking at Bayern Munich's number one target, Tar, to maybe get De Ligt for a really cut price, good bit of money as well, because we've got the agreement with De Ligt. De Ligt's agreed personal terms to join United. De Ligt and Yoro are like complete opposite situations. De Ligt has agreed personal terms to join Manchester United. Man United have agreed a deal with Yoro, but we need Yoro to agree personal terms. It's like, we need to agree a deal with Bayern, but we've agreed a deal with De Ligt. We've agreed a deal with Lille, but we need to agree a deal with Leny Yoro. It's kind of opposite situations there. Could we potentially be getting both, but maybe getting De Ligt on the cheap? It's interesting as well. Someone said, sounds like the story that Sergio Ramos used. He almost came to United, but every time he'd renew his contract at Madrid. And that's the one thing we've got to be wary of. Could Leny Yoro's agent be using Man United to get what he wants from Madrid? Absolutely. You've got to, you've really got to like be careful with that 100%. And I always try and say that in my show. I'm like, this is positive news, but this could be the case. We could be getting used. Leny Yoro's agent could be saying, look, this is the last time Real Madrid are going to push. Let's pretend you're going to join United and you're open to it. Let's see how much Real Madrid want you. Yoro's playing funny games. He would have way more gameplay. I think Yoro is definitely leaning towards United. He's not turned us down. He's talking about his salary. It's just, is he interested? Is he interested in it? Is Yoro faking interest in United to see what Real Madrid do, or is he interested? Someone's saying there's loads of lag. I do apologise if there's loads of lag coming in. So what else has been said in regards to United news? Because the next signing is set to be a centre-back and also potentially Manuel Ugarte. So here are the stories coming in. A central defender and midfielder are likely to follow Joshua Zirkzee, while extensive work to upgrade the club's training ground remains ongoing. So Zirkzee is done. That is official. Boom. A DM and a centre-back is next. One of Yoro, of the Ligt, or could it be something else? Guys, I do apologise if there is lag coming in as well. My Wi-Fi has been shocking. I think Ugarte's one to watch, but there's been rumours of Adam Wharton, and we will touch upon that. There's been rumours of Subamende to United as well. We will touch upon that. But I think Ugarte and one of Yoro and the Ligt looks like that's what it's going to be. Potentially, there could be something for Branthwaite. You never know. So, what's the latest on United's defence? What is the latest on the outs? Because people are saying it's one of Yoro or De Ligt, but apparently you want to sign 2-3 centre-backs. So, Samuel Lucca said this. He said Manchester United will sign 2 or 3 centre-backs this summer. Lindelof is expected to leave as he has 1 year left on his contract. Maguire is in a more secure position than Lindelof at Manchester United. The club will trigger his +1 on his contract if he stays, so we don't lose him for free. Fair enough. If Maguire and Lindelof don't leave United, one will leave this year and the other will leave next year. That's what they're saying as well. He said if both Harry Maguire and Lindelof doesn't leave United this summer, one will leave this year, the other will leave next year, which I guess would suggest would be January or the coming year, and then Maguire would go the year after. But we know that United are desperate to offload Lindelof because he's got 1 year left on his deal and they don't want to renew that. We know that they're open to offloading Wan-Bissaka, who's got 1 year left on his deal, and they're open to offloading McTominay, but they can trigger the +1 extension on McTominay Maguire. Man United has said, you know what, we'll trigger the +1 extension on McTominay Maguire if we don't get anything for them, because we believe we can get good money for them this summer, and if we don't get good money, we'll keep them for another year because they can offer something to the squad. They're not good enough to start, but both of them can offer stuff to the squad. Would I sell both Maguire and McTominay? Absolutely. Do I think we can get 60 million for both of them? Absolutely. Do I think we should push to sell them? Absolutely. But if we keep them, it's not the end of the world. They can add value to the squad. Maguire is a 3rd, 4th centre-back. Decent, but on his wages, you'd want him to be good enough to start. McTominay, not on high wages, can come off the bench, influence the side, but ultimately he's not good enough to start. Maguire and McTominay could stay around as squad players. Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka aren't going to get contract extensions. It's sell them now or they go for free. So United are interested in selling them now as well. So I do think that Lindelof will go. I think Maguire will stay because he's on high wages, if I'm going to be totally honest. And he obviously is a better player than Lindelof. And I think just ultimately Man United seem more interested in pushing Lindelof out the door. I believe that story as well. Yoro and Maino are the same age, so if he can start, he really is a generational talent. I think one thing that Man United could use, and the thing is Real Madrid do play a lot of youngsters, but it is the fact that, under Ten Hag, Garnacho's come through, Maino's come through. Like, youth has a big role under Ten Hag, and I think that's one thing we could potentially use, to convince Leny Yoro, is look at the youth and the game time they get at United. Willy Kambwala, who was highly rated, has gone, and there was rumours that Man United were so open to letting Willy Kambwala go because Leny Yoro is going to replace him and also sort of replace Varane as well, and that Willy Kambwala wasn't going to get many minutes as well. So. And there was also positive news coming in as well that that's one of the reasons Kambwala went. Sad to see Kambwala go, but yeah, it is what it is as well. Interesting news coming in Euro as well. No, that's not true. Sorry, someone's just wrote a story right now on Leny Yoro. Someone's just wrote a story right now on Leny Yoro saying he's very close to agreeing personal terms with United. He's been offered a 5-year deal and he's given the green light that he wants to accept it. But it's from one of those ITK accounts, so I'm not going to read that out. I don't think that's true. I just saw it going around on Twitter, but I think it's an ITK account. I don't think it's an actual source saying that the Euro deal was done. So we'll take that one with a big pinch of salt as well. Centre back in the PL was a different challenge. Not many teenage centre backs starting week in, week out in the Premier League. And Alex makes a good point. Leny Yoro, from what I've seen him do, he looks good. I've watched him play. He looks good. He looks comfortable. He looks like a good player. But obviously, adapting to the Premier League, it's a different physicality, especially at the back. You know, a lot of 18-year-olds can come through in the wings, potentially so does midfield. But at the back, it is a different sort of level. And I think that's one thing that, you know, could be difficult for Leny Yoro. And that's why I think we need Leny Yoro and Ligt, because I think we can mould Leny Yoro in rather than throwing him in the deep end like we did with Rasmus Højlund. Now, I did an analysis on Leny Yoro in regards to Liverpool. When I did a Liverpool video on Liverpool potentially signing Leny Yoro, I did an analysis on him, and I did end up breaking down why I think it would be an absolutely insane signing. Now, I'm not going to waste too much time going into the details of this, but I'm going to tell you what you need to know about Leny Yoro from what I watched. And this was wrote months ago when he was linked to Liverpool. But Leny Yoro can be that John Stones guy. He's got the ability to even play as a defensive midfielder and step up. He's right-footed. He's played 44 appearances at age 18 for Lille. He's very good in the air. He's a very good box defender, which is what you need in replacing Varane. His IQ and reading of the game is excellent. His reading and understanding of the game at 18 is unbelievable. The only weakness is maybe he overcommits, which again is a weakness of Martinez. I think he's a very good signing to start week in, week out at centre-back. It's not normal, especially at 18. Finished 4th in the league. Technically good, physically good. He's got the attributes to succeed. He can play on the ball. He's technically good on the ball. He's physically able to do it in the French league. I think he has the physical traits to be able to deal with the Premier League, but we'll have to wait and see. He's very good at progressing the ball, which is something we need. He's very comfortable distributing the ball, has the ability to step in midfield, which is John Stones' role, but he's also got those long legs. He's fast. He's good at defending. He's a lot more mobile than Ligt. He can cover large ground, and with the transitional approach, it could work at United. And if you look at ball playing ability and aerial duel, Leny Yoro is right at the top with Van Dijk. So in terms of a long-term Varane replacement, you could be getting something very good there with Leny Yoro. But guys, I want to get back into the news. I want to get back into the stories because, as I said, there's a lot to get through in today's show as well. So if you just joined the show, Leny Yoro is in advanced negotiations about his salary and his Manchester United deal, and is believed to maybe be choosing Manchester United over not PSG, Real Madrid. Breaking. Wait. Let me just check this is legit. More updates coming in right now on Leny Yoro as well. We've got a credible source adding some Leny Yoro news, a credible Manchester United brief source. And Jamie Jackson has said this guy's just coming in. Manchester United negotiating personal terms with Leny Yoro's representatives after having a 52 million offer accepted from Lille from the defender. So now we've got a Manchester United brief source. Now this is big. For me, this is big because I'm going to tell you in a second why. A Manchester United brief source has now confirmed, yes, the Leny Yoro deal was in talks. Yes, Manchester United are negotiating the Leny Yoro deal. Sources from France have said that Leny Yoro has opened discussions with Man United. Sources from France have said Yoro has opened discussions with United. Now, that was a big sign. If he's opened discussions with United, he's talking about his contract, he's talking about his salary, that's an indication he's willing to move to United. We're now getting news stories coming in from Man United brief sources on the Man United side of news saying Leny Yoro, yes, indeed, is in talks with Manchester United. He's negotiating a contract with Manchester United. So, for me, it's not Ornstein, it's not Romano, but we've got a Man United brief journalist adding to the Leny Yoro news, which means that there's some information coming around from Man United's camp that it is true. They are in talks with Leny Yoro. They're negotiating personal terms with his representative. The fact that we're negotiating personal terms with his representative, I think, is a really, really positive sign. A guy that I was convinced was going to end up at Real Madrid, I have a weird feeling. Is looking good, guys. I have a weird feeling. Let me get some more details up here from the United Journal. Maybe he's using us. Maybe he's using us to get Real Madrid, and Real Madrid are going to make a last-minute bid. But breaking, Manchester United have made a 52 million offer for Leny Yoro. It was accepted by Lille. It's 42 million plus 10 million in add-ons. The defender must decide whether to accept the move, with Real Madrid also interested, but United negotiating negotiating personal terms with his representatives. Leny Yoro has had Man United offer on the table 5 days. Today, he's decided to negotiate personal terms. We've got news that Lille are pushing him to join United. His agent is pushing him to join United. He's open to Manchester United, according to French sources saying that Leny Yoro is generally open to United. They're going to give him game time. He's interested in the project. And now we've got Man United brief sources saying, yep, it's true. Leny Yoro is negotiating personal terms with United. Now, look, maybe he negotiates personal terms with United. Real Madrid come in, swoop in, they do it last minute. He's not a Man United player. That could happen. But I think the fact that he's negotiating personal terms with Man United says to me it could happen. Now, interestingly, we've got more stories coming in from Jamie Jackson, more big stories coming in for Jamie Jackson. The news is all coming out as we're live, guys. More and more stories coming out as we are live. It was just said here again by Jamie Jackson, this, if it loads on the screen, that ideally Erik ten Hag wants 2 of Yoro, Branthwaite and Ligt as he seeks to upgrade his options, though one or both of Maguire and Lindelof may have to be sold. So what's being said, because we were speaking about the report that's either going to be Yoro or De Ligt earlier, it was sort of reported it'll be Yoro, it'll be De Ligt, it'll be one or the other. We were speaking about that earlier, is it's now coming out and it's now basically being said that actually we want 2 of Yoro, De Ligt, Branthwaite, which is what I always thought was the case. I always thought that we wanted at least 2 of them, but maybe to get 2 centre-backs, one of Maguire and Lindelof has to be sold, which makes sense. But it's just broken now that, again, Man United are looking for 2 of Yoro, De Ligt and Branthwaite, and he's in talks with United. So it's good to see some positive news stories come out in regards to United as well. I would swap Antony for Mbappe. I think we'd all swap Antony for Mbappe, but I don't think that's going to happen as well. Hope we get Yoro and De Ligt. We can't stay in the same group of centre-backs as last season. I agree. The only worry is not having a left-footed defender with the left-back and left centre-back issues in defence. But I think Yoro and De Ligt would be good. It's just, can we rely on Lisandro to stay fit? Lisandro was world-class in Copa America, made 2 blocks that basically won Argentina the tournament in extra time, scored a crucial goal, did not concede a single goal when on the pitch. Lisandro Martinez is the real deal. Like, I think says Lisandro Martinez, if he can stay fit, is a top 5 centre-back in the world. You get Leny Yoro into, partner Lisandro Martinez, and boom, there could be something that United are building as well. And one thing that's interesting is, and I've always worried, is Leny Yoro going to be the next Frankie de Jong? Is Leny Yoro going to be the next Frankie de Jong situation at United? But as you said, Man United were never negotiating personal terms with de Jong. De Jong refused to even negotiate personal terms with United. He was only interested in staying at Barcelona. Leny Yoro is at least negotiating personal terms with United. English journalists are picking up on the story, guys. This is big. This is maybe I'm getting too excited. I am a bit of a hyper. I do overhype things. I do get positive, but as United faithfuls have said here, Man United are negotiating personal terms with Leny Yoro's reps, as Jamie Jackson said. English sources are now picking up on Leny Yoro to Manchester United. English sources are now saying, you know what, there is something going on with Man United and Leny Yoro. That's being said by English sources. They're picking up on the deal. We never even negotiated personal terms with Frankie de Jong. This is a good sign. Look, you never know with Manchester United. I never thought we'd beat Real Madrid to Leny Yoro, and I still think until Romano or Ornstein say personal terms are agreed, I can't celebrate Leny Yoro. But it is looking increasingly positive. Still can see Madrid swooping in and hijacking the deal. Exactly. Maybe this is a ploy. Okay, he's close to a Man United move. Real Madrid are like, damn, okay, he's not Mbappe. He's not going to wait for us. Okay, we've got to make action. Maybe Real Madrid swoop in. Maybe Real Madrid are like, okay, damn, we've got to get something done. But it's definitely positive. I think we're still going for De Ligt, but I think we need to get Lindelof out the door before we go and pursue De Ligt as well. What did Romano repost? Okay, Romano's reposted something. Guys, I think it's getting hot. So Jamie Jackson's the first English journalist to report on Yoro. The reports that Yoro is now negotiating personal terms with Man United has been confirmed. Jamie Jackson is saying that the sale of Casemiro may have to occur to allow the purchase of Ugarte. A loan deal could be an option. So we've got lots of reports coming in from Jamie Jackson, guys. Jamie Jackson is breaking a few stories here. So I'm going to read this out to you guys on my screen. So Jamie Jackson has confirmed it is true, Leny Yoro is negotiating personal terms with United, so that is a massive sign because de Jong wouldn't even negotiate personal terms with us, which suggests there's rumours that Leny Yoro is open to joining Manchester United could be true. It was then said by Jamie Jackson that United are pursuing Branthwaite and De Ligt also pursuing Branthwaite and Ligt, but they'll need to sell one of Maguire or Lindelof to bring one of those players in on top of Yoro is what they want to do. It was then said that Eric Ten Hag wants Manuel Ugarte, but the sale of Casemiro may need to occur, but Man United have negotiated a loan deal with an obligation to buy with PSG. So big news stories and updates coming in on Leny Yoro to Manchester United. It's now being confirmed by English sources that he's negotiating with Manchester United, something that Frankie de Jong has never done. So, look, you never know. This could be a game. Real Madrid could come in with a bid and he goes to Real Madrid. That is clearly his preference. But this is big signs. This is big news. Big up Saeed in the chat, man. Saeed, if we pull this off, like there's one thing, bringing in Ashworth from Newcastle, I thought that was a statement. Barada from City was a statement. But someone that was Real Madrid bound. Like, it's not done. Real Madrid may act. It's Manchester United. I can't get too excited. I'm used to us letting us down. But if we can hijack someone from Real Madrid, someone that is Real Madrid bound, like that for me is like, that's a statement. That is, this guy was set on Real Madrid. He wanted Real Madrid. This is one of the best 18-year-old talents in football. This is the top class player. I still think we need to bring in an experienced centre back as well on top of him and get one of Maguire and Lindelof out the door. But this would be a positive sign as well. Alex said it's still positive signs, but I'm always wary when Real Madrid is involved. One call from Real Madrid and it's over. Absolutely. We've got to be careful with that. Absolutely. One call from Real Madrid and it could most definitely be over. But it's looking good. It's looking positive. It's looking like he could be Man United bound. French sources saying he's open to joining Man United. French sources saying he's in negotiating a salary with United. And now English sources are jumping on that news. First with Jamie Jackson. We still need an Ornstein. We still need a Romano update. But yeah, lots going on. Guys, if you've just joined the show, shall I give you a recap on everything that's gone on with Leny Yoro? Shall I give you a recap on that for everyone that's just joined the show, actually? Let me give you a recap on that. Also, Greenwood deal is done. We're literally like 40 minutes into the show. Greenwood deal is done. Was meant to report that earlier, but you can check that. So what was said on Leny Yoro is earlier today, United are working to persuade Yoro to join. Then French sources said that Leny Yoro has now opened the door to joining United and is negotiating a salary. This was said by French sources, but I said, take it with a pinch of salt. I don't know how reliable the source is, but Frankie de Jong never even bothered negotiating with Man United because he was determined to stay at Barcelona. He's once Real Madrid, but now he's negotiating with United. And he's opened the door to join United. Lille pushing for him to join United. Santi, again, a very good source, confirmed he is in talks with Manchester United. He is in talks over a deal at Manchester United. There's negotiations going on. There was talk that Man United may offer him more game time, and Leny Yoro is now open to joining United, coming in from good sources. And French sources saying Leny Yoro doesn't absolutely want to join Real Madrid. He's become tired of Real Madrid. He's willing to open to United's offer. There's now reports saying that Leny Yoro is negotiating terms with United and could be about to agree personal terms to join United. And if Leny Yoro agrees personal terms to join United, that's a here we go. Everything's done on Man United and Lille side. We just need Yoro to agree personal terms with United, which he's negotiating right now. So Real Madrid come in, hijack, it's off. Or before you know it, we could get here we go tonight. So that's sort of the situation with Yoro. But I was a bit skeptical about some of those stories coming out from France because I don't know how good the journalists are. I don't know how reliable those sources are. So I was like, let me see. But now you've got English sources that are briefed by Manchester United coming out with very similar stories as well. It's looking really positive. Again, I'm not going to say it's done. You have to be skeptical with Real Madrid. But if Ornstein and Romano can get on this, you never know. But Fabrizio Romano's just retweeted this. Guys, break in. Fabrizio Romano has just retweeted this. This has just been retweeted by Fabrizio Romano, guys. This, like Romano, this second has retweeted this. Man United's formal bid worth over 50 million euros for Leny Yoro has been accepted by Lille today. Lille insisting with Yoro to accept Man United as its best proposal on the table. Romano is retweeting that. They're playing games with us. They are absolutely playing games with us. Romano is retweeting this. It's just going off. It's absolutely going off. Like, it actually could happen. Like, Greenwood is done. Greenwood is out. But Yoro actually could happen. A deal that I was like Real Madrid bound is now he's negotiating personal terms with United. And that's all that needs to be done before we get here we go. Like, this Leny Yoro deal could be happening. We'll have to keep an eye on it as things come in. And look, if we do get any breaking news or we do get any breaking updates on Yoro to Manchester United, I will keep you guys up to date on these stories. There'll definitely be a video tonight rounding up these stories because I haven't even got into half the news I wanted to get into in today's show. But I mean, it's looking good. It's looking positive. It's looking like it could end in a Manchester United success. Like, I feel like it's going to happen. Maybe I'm being silly because, as Alex said, like, this is Real Madrid. But guys, I actually feel like this is going to happen. So look, guys, please do hit that like button. Of course, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new and want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates, and more. But I'm going to round up the show here. But I am going to be back tonight with updates, not just on Leny Yoro and what's happening with that, but I'm going to be back tonight with general updates. So I'll see you guys tonight. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.